All right, let's dive into the world of Disney princesses, and specifically, let's talk about the one who completely shattered the mold, the warrior Mulan. So let's start with a feeling a lot of us probably get. For the longest time, the word princess just meant, being passive, helpless, and basically just waiting around to be rescued. It felt like this really tight, restrictive box. But here's the thing. Disney princesses haven't actually been stuck in one place. They've evolved, and you can pretty much break it down into three distinct eras that kind of mirror the changes in our own world. First up, you've got the classic era. Think Snow White, right? They were beautiful, they were kind, they were great at housework, and their story always ended with a prince saving them. I mean, they were a total product of their time when a woman's main goal was supposed to be a good marriage. Okay, now let's jump way ahead to the independent era. Think of Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. The difference is just, whoa, it's night and day. These princesses are chasing their own careers, relying on their own hustle. Tiana's dream isn't about finding a prince. It's about opening her own restaurant. It's a total flip of the original script. So the big question is, where does Mulan fit in all this? Well, she lands right in the middle, in what we're calling the Awaken era. And honestly, she's the one who really kicks off the whole revolution. She's the turning point. And this quote from the co-director just hits the nail on the head. Right from the very beginning, Mulan's whole story is about this internal battle. Society tells her that to bring honor to her family, she has to be this quiet, perfect potential bride. But that's just not who she is. Her big song Reflection is literally all about that struggle. So, how does she fight back against this box they're trying to put her in? She joins the army. And this is where things get really fascinating, because we run smack into a super common trope in action movies, something called the badass paradigm. So what is that? Well, it's basically this idea that for a female character to be seen as strong, she just has to act like a guy. Be good at fighting, be aggressive. The problem is, it suggests that to be strong, a woman has to get rid of her femininity, which can lead to some pretty flat characters. And at first, it totally seems that way, right? I mean, the most famous song in the whole movie is literally, "I'll make a man out of you." And she succeeds. She learns to spit and fight and act tough, and she finally fits in by basically outmanning all the men. But then, we get to the first major battle in the mountains. The army is about to be wiped out, and how does Mulan save everyone? Not by being the strongest fighter, nope. It's her quick thinking. She uses one little cannon to start a massive avalanche. It's the first real sign that her strength isn't just about imitating men, it's about her own ingenuity. Oh, but the finale. This is where that whole paradigm just gets completely blown out of the water. Look at her plan. She literally weaponizes her femininity. Her friends dress up in traditionally female disguises to trick the guards. They use their clothing sashes to scale the palace walls. And the best part? She disarms the terrifying villain Shan Yu with a fan. A fan! The very symbol of the proper lady she failed to be. It's just brilliant. And it all comes down to this one single line. This is the whole point of the movie, right here. She's not just saying, hey, I can fight too. She's challenging the entire idea that her being a woman suddenly cancels out all the skill, bravery, and trust she earned as a soldier. She's demanding to be seen as a whole person. Now, as totally groundbreaking as Mulan was, her legacy is, well, it's a little complicated. Because at the end of the day, the movie is a Western take on a deeply cherished Chinese legend. And you can really see this through a filter that scholars call Orientalism, where concepts from the East get kind of changed to fit Western ideas. So the phoenix becomes about rebirth, not joy. Qi becomes this magical superpower instead of a life force. Even filial piety gets tweaked to be about glory for the family, not just respect. It creates this amazing hybrid character, but she's not an entirely authentic one. And yet, despite all that, the emotional core of this movie is just so powerful. That final scene, when Mulan comes home and her dad just tosses aside the emperor's medal and the sword of his enemy, and he just hugs her, he confirms that her value was never about her achievements. The real honor was just having her as his daughter. That's all she ever wanted. So Mulan's legacy is so much bigger than just proving women can be strong. She completely redefines what strength can even look like. Her story suggests that real power isn't about choosing to be masculine or feminine. It's about blending the best of both, which leaves us with a much more powerful question to think about.